Jai Hind students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. So today we'll start with our next video lecture, second part of this chapter. Yesterday we had discussed about resources and today we'll start a topic with development of resources. Resources are vital for human survival as well as maintaining the quality of life. They are very important for our survival. Many people think that resources are free gifts of nature. That's why they are use them on large scale, and because of that we have to face some problem. It was believed that resources are free gifts of nature, so human beings use them indiscriminately, and this has led to the following major problems. So first problem is depletion of resources. So first point is depletion of resources. Depletion of resources means overutilization of resources. People using their resources indiscriminately, which causes different type of depletion. For example, different nation faces energy crisis because the deposit of fossil fuels are continuously going to be finished. Second is global ecological crisis. Because of overutilization of resources, different environmental crises take place like global warming, ozone layer depletion, environmental pollution and land degradation. Third is accumulation of resources. Accumulation of resources means division of resources is not done equally. That's why society divided between rich and poor. So for this, we have to use the resources very wisely. For a sustained quality of life and global peace, an equitable distribution of resources has become essential. For using resources judicially, we need to adopt sustainable economic development. Now, what is sustainable economic development? It means development should take place without damaging the environment, and development in the present should not compromise with the needs of the future generation. And all this should be done with the help of resource planning. Now, next topic is resource planning. So there is a need for resource planning. Lack of resources may lead to low economic growth, and because of that, if these resources depleted, it may harm the economy of our country. So for future generations, we have to sustain these resources. We have to save these resources so that our future generations will also use them. Second is that future generations need resources for maintenance of good quality life. Now, resource planning is a complex process which involves three steps: identification and inventory of resources which across the region of country. This involves surveying, mapping, and qualitative and quantitative estimation and measurement of the resources. Second point is evolving a planning structure endowed with appropriate technology, skill, and institutional setup for implementing resources development plans. Third is matching the resources development plans with overall national development plans. So technology plays a very important role in resource development because as you know that the history of colonization reveals that rich resources in colonies were the main attractions for the foreign invaders. It was primarily the higher level of technological development of the colonizing countries that helped them exploit resources of other regions and establish their supremacy over the colonies. Therefore, resources can contribute to development only when they are accompanied by appropriate technological development and institutional changes. So that's why technology plays a very important role in resource planning. Now next heading is land resources. Land is a natural resource of utmost importance. It supports natural vegetation, wildlife, human life, economic activities, transport and communication system. Land is present in limited size, so we must use them effectively. We live on land, we perform our economic activities on land, and we use it in different ways. Total land area is divided in different categories. 43% area is of plain, 30% area is of mountains, and 27% area covered by plateaus. So the land area is plain, which provide facilities for agriculture and industry. 30% area, that is of mountains, which ensure perennial flow of some rivers and provide facilities for tourism and ecological accepts. 27% of the area of the country is a plateau regions that possesses rich reserves of minerals, fossil fuels, and forest. Now, what is net zone area? Land used for growing crops, that is known as net zone area. Net zone area is the total area sown with crops in a country. The use of land is determined by physical factors such as topography, climate, soil types, and some human factors such as population density, technological capability, etc. Total land area of India is 3.28 million square kilometer. But still we have data available only of 93% because because the land use reporting for most of the northeast state except Assam has not been fully done. Some areas of Jammu and Kashmir occupied by Pakistan and China have also not been surveyed. So some land is the disputed one that is not surveyed. That's why we have data only of 93% and 7% is still left. The pattern of net zone area is also vary from state to state. For example, like Punjab and Haryana have more than 80% net zone area. But if we talk about Arunachal Pradesh, it is less than 10%. Now next topic is land degradation and conservation measures. Continuous use of land over a long period of time without taking appropriate measures to conserve and manage it has resulted in land degradation. This in turn has serious problem on society and environment. 95% of our basic needs for food, shelter, and clothing are obtained from land. At present, there are about 130 million hectares of degraded land in India. Approximately 28% of it belongs to the category of forest degraded area, 56% of it is water eroded area, and the rest is affected by saline and alkaline deposits. Some human activities responsible for that, like deforestation, overgrazing, mining, and quarrying, have contributed significantly in land degradation. Mining sites are abandoned after excavation. Work is complete, leaving deep scars and traces of overburdening. In states like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, in states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra, overgrazing is one of the main reasons for land degradation. In states of Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, over irrigation is responsible for land degradation due to waterlogging, leading to increase in salinity and alkalinity in the soil. So there are many reasons for land degradations, but there are many ways to solve the problems of land degradation, like afforestation, planting of shelter belts, control on overgrazing, proper management of wastelands, control of mining activities. Afforestation and proper management of grazing can help to some extent. Planting of shelter belts of plants, control on overgrazing, and there are many solutions. proper management of wastelands, control of mining activities, proper discharge and disposal of industrial effluents and waste after treatment can reduce land and water degradation in industrial and suburban areas. So there are many solutions for controlling land degradation. Now it's time to wind up the lecture. Now you have to prepare notes in your fair notebook on the basis of today's lecture. Again we will meet in next video lecture. Till that time, stay at home and be safe. Thank you.